Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. I do apologize for missing last week's episode. I don't really have a good explanation for it, but I thought I'd take a little break anyway. It's okay to take a break, I think, and revitalize your enthusiasm for something. So, big news out the way first. As the title suggests, I did get hit by a car last week. It was not my fault. I was on my bike. I was on quite a big road, a 3-lane road. So my way to a party. I was there was a right-hand turn, a right-hand lane, and 2 straight ahead lanes, and I was at the front of the right-hand lane waiting for the right-hand green arrow to come on. And it came on, and first of all, one vehicle. I sound like I'm, making a US police statement. One vehicle cut from the straight lane beside me around me, and then I think he blocked the view of the next person. So next thing I know, the next person who did that illegal maneuver, 2 people did it in a row. The second person that did it hit the back of my bike. I flew off the bike, hit the ground rather hard. If I wasn't wearing a helmet, I would have smacked my head off it. Please wear helmets, guys. Oh my God, nobody here wears helmets. Please wear a helmet. And I hit the floor and he drove onto my foot. So I was lying face down with the wheel on my foot. And I started screaming to get off my foot, which he then did, rolled off my foot. Miraculously, nothing is broken. And I could tell even at the time. 2 passers-by stopped, one in a car, one pedestrian. And of course, a few people said, "Oh, did he stop?" And I was like, he couldn't have not stopped even if he wanted to. Like, I was on the road in front of his car. Like, there was nothing else he could have done, really. And it was a huge road. Like, it would have been insane to drive off there, but I wouldn't have put it past him. So yeah, thankfully no broken bones. I don't know how a car can drive over your foot and not break it. I think probably because my foot was kind of face down. It went over like the back part, which is obviously very fleshy and very strong. But yeah, my foot was extremely bruised. I'll put in bruised pictures here. Me casually showing off that I have nails on again. Yeah, I dealt with it kind of remarkably well at the time. The passers-by asked if I wanted an ambulance and I said no, because I could tell that like there was nothing really wrong with me. I took a picture of the assailant's license plate and I did make a police report 2 days later, but we didn't call anybody at the time because he didn't offer to, which also is a crime. And I was obviously the person who'd been hit by a car and driven over, so it wasn't my responsibility. Yeah, and then I was supposed to be going to a party and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go home now, I can't get transport, it's gonna be too long. And the person who'd stopped said he was going to a party the same direction I was and offered to drive me. So I went to the party. But yeah, I have been hobbling around for about a week and a half now. I can walk fine, it's just uncomfortable. So I try not to walk long distances. I haven't been in the gym since, even though I could do arms really. But I just haven't felt like it. One strange thing, it was weirdly reassuring of the realness and importance of like mental health issues and, emotional problems or struggles. Because I've dealt with those a lot throughout my life. And I've always kind of said to myself, oh my God, can't you get over this? What's wrong with you? Can't you be like other people? And then something objectively awful happened to me and it still was nowhere near as bad as those things. So I was able to take a bit of solace in that, to kind of be like, it's all real, it all matters. I've been enjoying my music course in music production and songwriting. It's been going well. I actually changed from Ableton to Logic. Anyone who kind of dabbles in music production will know the names of those softwares, but I just found the pace of the Ableton class too fast. And since I've moved to Logic, I've enjoyed it a lot more actually. And yeah, starting to meet some nice people there, which was a lot of the reason for doing it, the kind of social side of things. I'm still like frustrated with work not coming in yet. But I've decided, I've realized that I sometimes use administrative tasks or responsibilities to distract from the real thing I should be doing, which is creating, you know? I've realized that like if I have a free day, I'll do loads of cleaning or loads of emailing or whatever, because I'm like, I do that first. So I think I'm gonna make a promise here now to put creativity first, and make that the first thing I do when I have spare time, because even if it makes the rest of my life fall apart, because I mean, I do like, it is, I do always feel like I should be doing it when I'm not doing it, so it will make me feel better to be doing it, you know? It's like not even sunny and it's so muggy here. Oh my God, actually I'm gonna open the window. Okay, I'm I'm back, that's way better. I'm going today to get the last of the pink taken out of my hair because I am going home this weekend, and I'm going to my normal hairdresser and I'm gonna get all the blonde put back in and a colour and everything, or cut, sorry. So this needs to be gone before then. You know, she can't really put blonde on top of it. I'm paying like way too much money. I could probably just do a colour remover at home, but I just don't want to strip my hair or ruin my hair, you know. So yeah, I'll just have like kind of close to my own colour this week, which will be odd, but yeah, back to big blonde next week. I'm coming home this weekend for a family event. It was supposed to be Friday to Monday, and I kind of would have wished to stay longer, but I'm doing all these courses at the moment that I didn't want to miss. But this week, today I'm like, I think I'll just book a Wednesday flight because I just miss home so much and I don't have really enough else going on this week to keep me here. And what I'm hoping is I'll go home and I'll love it, but I'll also be like, this is boring and this is why I left, you know. I want to be kind of reminded of that, I'm hoping. The one thing I miss so much is just the wildness. There's no wildness here at all. You know, like you say you want to go to nature and people say, oh yeah, go to X park. And you go to that park. And there's no point in which you don't still know that you're in London. You know, like the parks, you can still see the roads from there, you can still hear the roads a lot, and also like the weather is much hotter here, which means the grass is shit. No offense to any British people watching, but like they're just not, like, it's not getting any sun, so like it's not like in an Irish park you sit down on this beautiful spongy grass. Like in the parks here, you're just sitting on dirt, basically, a few old scraps of grass, not glass, sometimes glass, and just a load of dry dirt. So every time I go looking for nature, it disappoints me. There is no, at least I'm not talking about in the whole of Britain, of course, but at least within stretching distance of London, there's no genuine wildness, which I miss an awful lot. One really good piece of news is I have gotten my first gig in London. On August 29th, I'm going to be playing a support slot in Spice of Life in Soho. So if there's anyone who's watching who doesn't, you know, follow me on Instagram or anything, because I'll be promoting it there, please do come along. It will be wonderful to have you there. It's funny, like, I think just the frame of mind I've been in lately with the accident, you know, and everything. Obviously, it's an objectively good thing to have booked a gig, but I think in my head, I'm kind of like, oh, this is another thing to worry about now. Like, I need to set time aside to worry about this and plan my worrying time. I think going home and getting a bit of refreshment, I'm hoping I'll just come back kind of ready to hit it with my best shot, you know, and prep for it as best I can, and hopefully meet some new fans and get extra gigs out of it. I just knew I got in touch with you just book through a promoter, and you know, if they like you, they get back to you. I did it because I just felt like I would feel a lot better if that side of things was moving forward in London, because that was at least a third of my reasoning for moving here. So I think when other things are coming, but that's not you know, it does add to the feeling of kind of being like, why am I here? What am I doing here? You know? So I'm hoping, you know, that I can feel better in the lead up to it, and then having done it, you know, again, I'll start to kind of move into the scene here and build a life here. One more little happy story before I finish up the pod. Hair reveal, by the way. A few days ago I was on the tube and I had my headphones on and I was wearing shorts. I don't know if this is why it happened, so you could see all my bruises. And there was a guy beside me, around my age, in a suit, kind of, or, you know, office attire, and he had a rucksack with him. It was evening time, it was after my dance class, and I had my headphones on, I was kind of dead to the world. And he was kind of rummaging in his rucksack, you know, beside me, kind of like. And the next thing he pulled a chocolate bar out of it and offered it to me. No words exchanged at all. I said thank you. I took it. And he just, you know, didn't say anything. And it was just a really lovely random act of kindness that I definitely needed that week. So thank you to that man. And yeah, don't be afraid to perpetrate random acts of kindness on anybody you meet. Perpetrate's probably a wrong verb there. Anyway, love you. Bye bye. So thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. I'm Sarabella. I post every Thursday, except for last week. So I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week.